कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। Hanuman, it is all Hanuman throughout in Sundara Kandam. Hanuman, carrying the message of Prabhu Sri Ramachandra that I am there, Sita, I shall come and rescue you, had to levitate himself, leap across the ocean. Initially, when Sampati and the information given by Sampati's son Suparshva that Sita was under the shade of a tree in an island which is ruled by Ravana to the southern direction, many yojanas away. While the other Vanaras volunteered, Hanuman kept mum because of a curse that was pronounced on him by a Deva Rishi, stating that he will not know of his powers until and unless somebody motivated or reminded him of that. That great job is done by the age-old, experienced, devout Jambavan. Jambavan reminds Hanuman of his powers, and that is when Hanuman starts realizing his powers and feels bad that he had kept the others waiting for so long in Rama Kainkaryam, in service to Rama. The first verse of Sundara Kandam was also uttered. Tato ravananitayaha sitayaha shatrukarshanaha yesha paramanveshtum charana charite pathi. Tato ravananitayaha sitayaha, to meet Sita, who is in the Pradesham of Ravana, Shatrukarshanaha, Hanuman goes. Hanuman is referred to as Shatrukarshanaha. What does Shatrukarshanaha mean? The commentator Govindaraja in his commentary Bhushanam states, Gu shabdaha stva andhakaraha syad ru shabdhastan nirodhakaha. We have heard of this word Guru, right? Guru is a word that we use across different languages in our Bharata Desham. Gu, the letter Gu, stands for Andhakaraha, the internal inner darkness. See, when it is dark outside, we can't find a clear path. We generally have a torch with us. We carry the candle, we carry the lamp. We need something that brightens the path in front of us. If it's all dark outside, you won't know the path. Same is the case with the inner mind as well. There are so many situations in our lives where we are clueless, directionless, pathless, in fact lightless. We are in the dark. So this inner darkness, which torch should I use? Because torch is meant externally. Can I swallow the torch? Can I swallow the lamp? Can I swallow the candle so that there's brightness inside? No. For the darkness outside, I need the physical light. I need a torch, I need an emergency lamp, I need my phone, I need a candle, all this physically I need. For the internal inner darkness, I need knowledge, which is the light. Knowledge is power, knowledge is light. So, for the inner darkness that we all face, gu swa andhakaraha, gu denotes the inner internal darkness. The only way to remove that darkness is when knowledge is bestowed. So, two things that light does physically is, it removes the darkness and it gives light. Similarly, knowledge removes the various enemies that we have internally, inner, and then restores and bestows good knowledge. So, Ru Tan Nirodhakaha, the one who removes the darkness, is referred to by the letter Ru. Inner darkness is referred to by the letter Gu. The process of removing that inner darkness is referred to by the letter Ru. The one who removes the inner darkness is referred to as Guru. So, Guru is the one who removes the internal darkness. The Guru is also referred to as an Acharya. You must have heard of this word Acharya. Swayam Acharati Sreshtaha. Whatever he or she advocates to the entire world, professes in this world, advises the world, suggests, recommends in this world, that person will end up practicing first and then preaching. It is not the other way around. I preach first and then practice much later. No, I practice first. I bring that into action and then I preach this word. So the one who practices first and sincerely and honestly professes, displays to the world what he or she practices by through preaching, is referred to as an Acharya. Swayam Acharati Sreshtaha. So that said, Guru, Acharya is very important. So the person who does that is referred to as a Guru and Acharya. So in a way, the Guru or an Acharya removes the Shatrus. Thereby, Shatru Karshanaha means Guru. That is why the first verse of Sundara Kandam states, Tato Ravana Nitayaha Sitayaha. To meet Sita, who was housed in Ravana's territory, Shatru Karshanaha goes. Who is the Shatru Karshanaha? Hanuman. Who is Hanuman? Like an Acharya. Then what is the need to mention Sita? What does Sita represent? The commentator states, Sitayaha Anadi Bhagavat Paratantra Chetanasya, the one who is eternally subservient to Paramatma, that Jivatma is mentioned through Sita. What does Ravana mention, or what does Ravana indicate? Ravayati asat pralapankaratiti Ravanaha avivekaha. The exact antonym to wisdom is what is represented through Ravana. The one who is subservient to Paramatma, which is the Jivatma, is referred to as Sita. So Sita is in the clutches of Ravana, which means Jivatma is in the clutches of Aviveka. To rescue Jivatma from Aviveka comes the Acharya Shatrukarshanaha called Hanuman. So this is indicated in this shlokam. Now, after having prayed, offered his obeisances to his Acharya, Sasuryaya, Mahendraya, Pavanaya Swayambhuve, Bhutebhyas Chanjalin Kritva Chakara Gamane Matim. So, Hanuman started his sojourn. Now, before he could levitate, he first uses all his Ashtama Siddhis knowledge and then shows his power. See, whenever I am no wrestler, but I've seen quite a few such competitions of wrestlers. The moment they enter the arena, they first will motivate themselves. It is called humkaram. Hum, hum. They will hit their biceps. Don't look at me, I have none. So, the person who is a wrestler will start doing it to himself. Similarly, Hanuman has to motivate himself. Enough. Done with the motivation what Jambavan and the other Vanaras have given. He has to motivate himself. So, he starts growing like a mountain over a mountain. So, he stands on this mountain called Mahendragiri Parvatam. This mountain still exists in the southern part of India in the state of Tamil Nadu. The place where the Western Ghats kind of get over and the Eastern Ghats has to begin. Near a town called as Tirunalveli is another beautiful hamlet called Thirukkurungudi. This Thirukkurungudi is an extremely important Divyadesham sung by the mystic saints called as the Alvars. One of the Alvar, Nammalvar states, Enganeyo annai neergal ennai munivadaneer nangatkola thirukkurungudi nambiyai naan kandapin. சங்கினோடும் நேமியோடும் தாமரை கண்களோடும் செங்கனிவாய் ஒன்னினோடும் செல்கின்றது வெண்ணெஞ்சமே. So in this beautiful hamlet, in its proximity are the hills. One of them is referred to as Mahendragiri, and it is from here where Hanuman stood. While all the other Vanaras were looking up to their hero called Hanuman, Hanuman stood over this mountain like a mountain. He grew in that mammoth a size. While he was doing so, the pressure, because as you grow, the weight also goes up. So as there was more pressure, the trees that were filled with beautiful blossomed flowers started shaking. And as he grew in size, and because of the emotion that he had for Mata Sita and Rama, he had horripilation, goosebumps all over his body. So the hair stood erect, and because the trees were moving this way and that way, the flowers started falling and they all stuck to his horripilated hair. So it looked from a distance that a beautiful blanket of freshly blossomed flowers was the coat to Hanuman, says Valmiki. He says, Tena padapamuktena pushpaughena sugandhina sarvataha samvrita shailo babhu pushpamayo yatha. He looked filled with flowers. Then, as he exerted more pressure on the boulders and the rocks, so between the rocks and the sand there were small holes where snakes of virulent poison were staying. So those snakes started coming out. Shiro vipratu bhirnaga vyakta swastika lakshanaihi bamantah pavakam ghoram dandarshu darshanai shilaha yani tvaushadhajalani tasmin jatani parvate vishaghlanyapi naganam nashekuhu shamitum visham. So as these snakes started coming out, because of the pressure, the snakes started opening their mouths and with their fangs started exerting pressure on the rocks. So Valmiki states, because of this, the rocks started cracking, and the saliva of the snakes that also contained their poison started flowing. So there was a thin stream of the saliva with the poison of the snakes going on one side, the snakes with their fangs exerting pressure on the rocks and the rocks developing minor cracks, and then flowers falling from the trees and standing on the horripilated hair of Hanuman so that he looks like Pushpamayo Yatha. While all this happened, the Vidyādharas, a community called the Vidyādharas, stood amazed. Says Valmiki, Darshayanto Mahavidya Vidyādhara Maharshayah Sahitastasthura Viksham Chakruscha Parvatam. They all stood amazed. This Hanuman has grown into such a great size. Look at what all changes is happening around the place where he is standing. They were all amazed because the commentator states Mahavidya means Animad Ashtama Siddhim. The one who was adept in 8 siddhis, Anima, Lagima, these are all Ashtama siddhis. He was adept in all of that. They all were amazed at Hanuman. Now Hanuman had to leave this Parvatam and levitate and leap across the oceans to Lanka. So here comes a shlokam. Yesha Parvata Sankasho Hanuman Marutatmajaha Titishyati Mahavegaha Samudram Varunalayam. He had to cross Varunalayam, which means the ocean, as he had to fly. Whether he took off like a flight, because a flight goes on the ground for a certain distance, picks up speed, goes fast and then takes off. This is how the flight takes off. How does a rocket go? Rocket doesn't go like that. It gets propelled. It just exerts and just goes to the top. That's how a rocket goes. Whereas a flight goes like this. So now he's going to leap. He's going to levitate. Is he going to take off like a flight or like a rocket? What is going to happen after that? All that next episode. Dear Astika reader, I'm happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.